Hey everyone, Mark Radcliffe here, coming to you from the blendedschools.net Technical Nerve Center. I usually call it the spare room, but for the case of this, what I'm doing right now, it's the Tech Nerve Center. So just treat it as such. There's lots of tech things going on here. I'm here to talk to you about technical things today. What I'm here to talk to you about is BSN Tube. BSN Tube upgrade is done. It is, let's take a look at the date here on my computer. It is January 27th, 2012. It's right around 10 a.m. Probably around 7 or 8 o'clock, maybe a little bit later, p.m. yesterday. That would have been Thursday, January 26th, 2012. I did the official switch from the old BSN Tube to the new BSN Tube. So the main thing is now you can go back to using it to upload your videos. If you're a BSN Tube uploader, as opposed to just a viewer, you've been frustrated the past 3 weeks because you've not been able to upload and you want to use BSN Tube and you've got stuff you need to do. Well, now you can do it again. Okay, so it's good. Sorry it took so long. It took a lot longer than I thought it would. But it was unfortunately very, very complicated. So let me talk to you though a little bit about what we did. So what we've actually done is we have physically moved the BSN Tube software from one physical server to a different physical server. A new server with new software. It's more powerful. It's got more memory, more bits and bytes and all that kind of stuff. So just a couple of little techie things that we've done. We have this new 64-bit server. It's faster, it's more secure. We also have a new firewall in place. Keeps your personal information a little bit more secure. Just so you know, your passwords and everything, they're all encrypted in BSN Tube. We don't have SSL turned on the server, but that's because when you turn on SSL, you have a little kind of balancing act you need to play between slowing the server down, because SSL does do that, and then having it being extra secure. So we may add some little SSL here in the future, but at this time we don't believe it's warranted to have SSL on this. So just wanted to let you know that. But your passwords are encrypted, and we do have a firewall on the server now. We had a firewall before, but it was a software firewall. Now we have a hardware firewall. It's actually a physical thing you can touch. And you probably wouldn't want to touch it, but you can. So we have new firewall, we have a 64-bit server, and the majority of the work we've done is on the back end. I would say that this is kind of just the beginning. All the changes that we made have set us up for the future, so we can do a lot more changes. We can support a lot more videos without the server slowing down, those types of things. It's kind of the groundwork for things to come. Now, having said that, there are some new features that you'll see sort of right away. First of all, there's a new player. You've probably seen it right on the intro page. This particular one shows you sort of the last few videos. Well, let's just hop into videos, and let's just kind of pick a video here at random. And here you can see the new play. It's a little bit cleaner. It has like a fade in. It has some more options to it. If you're an embed code type of person, you might want to check out the embed code. There's some new options in the embed code too that weren't there before. So check those out. That's the biggest new feature you'll see. Okay, I know it seems small, but it's a new feature nonetheless. The other thing we've done is we've upgraded and added to the software that does all the video conversions. Okay, what's called the encoder. We've also added more codecs. These are all little techie things that make the video conversion happen. So I think my biggest thing to say to you was that if you were having trouble uploading and converting video before, now's your time to go in and try it again. And if you still have trouble, we've added a new thing which is going to help us out even more, and that's that we've managed to secure a developer to work on BSN Tube with us. So if you upload a video now and it doesn't work, we now have a resource to go to and say, well, why doesn't it work? And can we make changes to the software? Whereas before we would kind of, we would try it, and we'd make changes to the formatting and that kind of thing in the video and see if it would work. Now we can actually change the software to make it work with your video. So try it all over again. Start from scratch. If you had trouble with your videos, try uploading them again. See how it works. If you still have trouble or if you just have questions, help@blendedschools.net. Be happy to help you out. Now, let me tell you about a couple of little potential quirks you might see. Number one is you may have to change your password. Because we've moved servers and versions of software and all this kind of stuff, there are certain characters and certain passwords that don't translate when that happens. So you may find that you can't log in. If you go to log in and it doesn't work, just go to the password reminder option here, password reminder, drop in your email, and it'll send you a new password. You can then log back in with that new password, and then you can reset your password. You can even reset it back to how your old password was. It's not that you can't use that password on this server, it's just that moving from one database server to another caused it to get a little, squiffy. So you can make that change there. If you're a BlendedSchools.net developer, just check in with Deanna Mayers. She'll be okay to help you out. The other thing you might find is if you come to the BSN Tube homepage, or if you go to video, okay, like this one, and the player doesn't load, you might get something that looks like this. It says, get Adobe Flash Player. You're like, wait a minute, I already have Adobe Flash Player. So what's the deal? Well, this is a kind of caching problem. It's a problem where your web browser, and specifically Adobe Flash, is still holding on to that old player from the old BSN Tube. And there's a couple of different ways that you can solve this. Number one, you can clear your browser's cache. If you're not sure how to do that, just go to Professor Google. He'll be happy to help you out. You can try to force your browser to refresh the page. Now, how that works is, go to your browser, that little refresh button, it looks a little different in each browser. But click it, but hold down your shift key when you're clicking it. Just do shift and refresh. That'll force it to go out, get the new software. If that doesn't work, then what you're going to do is head to this address right here. I'll put it below the video. But it's network.blendedschools.net/BSNTube. That's BSNTube's address, okay? Some of you I know get to it from the Blackboard server, but you can get to it directly from that address. And you're going to go to FLVplayer.swf. Just to enter. Bring you to a page that looks like this. It kind of is the generic player. It won't play or anything. Do a refresh on that, and then like that shift refresh maybe as well. Then go back to BSNTube and do another, just refresh. Essentially, refreshing will eventually solve the problem, okay? Refresh again, and then hopefully the player comes back. If you still can't get the player to come back, you might want to update your version of Flash. This doesn't require the latest version of Flash, but what we found is that updating your Flash player clears that cache too, so that might help. If you still can't get it going, email us, help@blendedschools.net, and let us know. It is working, everything's working fine, tested it on like every browser, so it's good to go. Remember, it's still all Flash-based, this, so it's only going to work on your browser. It's not going to work on like iPads or anything like that, but stay tuned, we may see some solutions to that coming down the line. So, that's BSN Tube. I guess my biggest message for you at this point is if you had trouble before, now's your time to try it again. Now's your time to get in touch with us and say, hey, this doesn't work, or I think this feature would be awesome. Because we have this developer now, we have this new hardware, we're ready to move forward with BSN Tube and take it kind of to the next step, the next level. So we're interested in your thoughts. Just email us, help@blendedschools.net. Sorry it took so long, but it's up now. Go in there, post your videos, have fun, and we'll see you online.